Queen Gamer here, and, well, version 4.3 special program is out, so now it is time to actually make a video on it. So, you already know how these discussion videos go. I'm just going to be going over the special program and then giving you my thoughts and opinions on it. So, without any further ado, let's just go to the events tab, because it's silent here. Yeah, as you see here, there's no noise. So, let's just go on the events tab right here. Let's transition to the, well, actually, there is noise on this, so I'll just go to test run. Yeah, that's silent. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go to test run. Okay, so now we could go to the special program and then transition to that. So here we go. Alright, special program time. Here we go. So there is a lot of info to dump here. Well, not that much, but there is kind of a ton of info to dump. But, as you see here, there we go. That is the title of this version, Roses and Muskets. Yes, sir. So, this means that there's going to be, Inazuma characters in Fontaine, which is pretty nice. As you see here, there's Ayaka. And, well, since you already saw Ayaka in the, special program, the leaks are true. Yes, the leaks are true. So, without any further ado, let's just go on with it. So, first off, we have Navia. Yes, this is going to be our new characters. So, yeah. So, we have Navia and Chevreuse. But, let's talk about Navia first. So, Navia is a Geo Claymore user. Yes, Geo Claymore. She is mainly a DPS character. I will be talking about, all the characters and weapons and other stuff in Honey Impact. So yeah, I forgot to put the disclaimer, but all my info comes from the special program and Honey Impact website. So if you want to see more, check those out yourself. So yeah. Well, anyways, let's just talk about Navia. So Navia, as you see here, she has a really interesting gameplay. So her whole gameplay is just collecting crystallized reactions with her Gunbrella. And then once you get her Gunbrella, I think her passive pop or procs, they don't show it, but her passive procs, where she gets geo damage on normals. So you just get crystallized reactions to get shrapnel shards. Once you get a lot of shrapnel shards, her E does a big damage boost. So yeah, so the more shrapnel shards you collect, the bigger her E is. And her Q is pretty simple too. All it does is just summon cannons to shoot, as you see here. See, that's her burst. It shoots cannons, so that's it. But yeah, she looks like a pretty good Geo DPS. I will talk about her more later on in the Honey Impact section. But that is basically Navia gameplay. She is a main Geo DPS. And of course, she is a 5-star, so that means that she gets a new story quest. So that means free primos for everyone. Enjoy the Navia story, everyone. And then next up, we have Chevreuse, who is a Pyro support. Yes, she's a Pyro support. Her kit is really weird in that you have to run her on one team and one team only, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, you'll see what I mean once we get to Honey Impact, but I'll just give you the brief summary. So she is a pole arm pyro character, and, well, her kit is extremely weird. So, her E is basically just a short-range fire thing, where it's just, she shoots a gun, and that's it. Her hold E is the same thing, but it does AoE damage instead of normal damage. And also, she gets stacks on her overload ball. So you can only get one stack, by the way. But once you get a overload ball, you can basically throw a grenade instead of shooting, which basically does more pyro damage. And also she heals. So yeah, her E is basically her bread and butter, basically. That is Chevreuse's support skill. Her burst is pretty simple too. It's not that bad either. So yeah, I think they show it right here. Yeah, she just throws a grenade. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah, she just looks pretty basic in general. She looks okay, I guess. But her support is very limited to overload teams. So yeah, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. So of course, there's going to be the event wishes, as you see here. So let's just let it play out here. I need to rewind it back. There we go. So here's going to be our first half. So the first half, we have Navia, and then we have Ayaka. So I will give my opinions on all of these characters, but let's just go over the second half real quick. So here's the second half. So we have chevreuse as the 4-star focus. So that means that if you want chevreuse, you have to pull on the second phase of the banner, which is okay. I mean, we have 2 good characters here. So yeah. So we have Raiden and then Yoimiya. So that's going to be our second phase. And of course, we also have new weapons, as you see here. The Verdict Claymore. And then we have new artifact sets. They haven't shown the info on these yet, but I will talk about them anyway regardless, because these artifact sets are, well, interesting to say the least. So yeah, it's worthwhile to talk about the artifact sets anyway. So yeah. Well, it's time to talk about my opinions on the banners. So here we go. So, what is my opinion on the banners? They're all good. They're all good. It doesn't matter what you pull for at this point. I mean, I will say this, of course. I always say it every time. If you love the character, pull for them. If you love their character, if you love their voice lines, if you love their gameplay, if you love their animations, if you love everything about the character, pull for them. Love always triumphs. So if you love the character, pull them. But if you don't love the character, don't pull them. So like if you love Navia because of her animations, which is my boat, because I love her animations, it looks so good, then yes, pull for Navia. But if you don't like her, then don't pull for her. Pull for what makes you happy. That's basically the ultimate message. But yeah. Well, anyways, it's time for me to talk about the banners in a more meta sense, where players have to pull to see which characters are good and will carry them in the Abyss, because that's what my channel is mainly focused on. It's Abyss content. So yeah. Well, here's my opinion on all of them. They're all good. Yeah, no surprise. Because all of them are extremely good DPSs. And then Raiden is a good sub-DPS and support. Yeah, there's literally no contest. Everyone is good here. Pull for what you want. This is actually a pretty stacked version banner. Yeah, Navia, good DPS. Ayaka, one of the best cryo DPSs in the entire game, if not the best cryo DPS. We have Raiden, who is one of the best Electro DPS in the game, if not the best, and also one of the best sub DPSs and supports in the entire game, and well, the best character in general, in my opinion. Of course, there's Navi, or there's Nahida, which also contends with Raiden for the best character in the game. But both of them are really, really contending, but Raiden is still up there for being the best character in the game because of how much she puts off. And we have Yoimiya, who's also a pretty good Pyro DPS, yes! Even though people will say that Hu Tao and Linny are the best Pyro DPS, Yoimiya still contends. She's still really good. So yeah, and all in all, they're all really good. There's like nothing for me to say. I mean, you could save for Hu Tao and Linny, but their reruns have way passed beyond the run date. Yeah, because Hu Tao released in 4.1, and then in Linny's case, 4.0. So yeah, Yoimiya will probably be your best bet on your Pyro DPS, but she feels the need anyway. So it doesn't really matter if you want to be meta or not, because Yoimiya is there for you. So yeah. Well, in general, pull. Yeah, no surprises here, because all of them are really good in their own right. And also chevreuse, well, hopefully you could get some copies of her. For me, specifically, remember when I said that I would get Raiden C2? This is it. This is it right here. I have to pull for C2 Raiden. And also, I am going to be doing a Navia summoning video. Of course, I've been waiting for her for so long. So yeah, of course a summoning video will be inevitable for her. But there's also going to be a summoning video on phase 2 because of Raiden Shogun. So yeah. Well, there you go. There's my opinions on the banners. Pull for all of them. They're all good. As for weapon, we have the Verdict, which is a axe claymore. Yes, this is the first in history where the claymore actually looks different this time. It fits Navia so well. So yeah, there's that to be said. And then we have the artifact set right here, which is Nighttime Whispers in the Echoing Woods and Songs of Days Past. So yeah, there is your artifact sets. So now, we already discussed about everything that's going to be releasing in this version. So now we could actually transition to Honey Impact. But I want to see if there's anything else past this. I don't think there is. Yeah, no, there isn't. Okay. So now it's time to actually transition to Honey Impact. So let's just do that right now. So let's transition in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, so Honey Impact. This is going to be the new stuff in version 4.3. So we have Chevreuse, Navia, the Ultimate Overlord's Mega Magic Sword. This is basically an event weapon that we're gonna get that is tied to this version. Verdict, which is also a it is the summon weapon banner from Navia. And then we have the artifact set right here, Songs of Days Past and Nighttime Whispering in the Echo Woods. So yes, there we go. And also, we also have some new stuff too. We have TCG cards right here. Yeah, I see here. We have Signora, Astaha, Layla, Yelan, Linny, Lynette, Goro, Alhaitham, the Aramite Scorching War Master, the Thundering Manifestation, and the Valen. Yes, those are all new cards. So yeah, TCG players are eating up tonight. So yeah, there we go. Okay, now it's actually time to actually discuss about the characters. So here we go. So first up, we have Navia. As I said before, she is a Claymore Geo. Her level up stat is crit damage, as you see here, and her weapon is on crit rate. Here's some spoilers up ahead, as you see here. See, crit rate, and her level up stat is crit damage. So this is going to be a main DPS character. She also has the highest base attack in the entire game. The second best highest attack is Zhao, but Navia has outbeaten Zhao by 2 attack points. So yeah, now she has the highest attack in the game. So yeah. And now it's time to talk about her kit. So her normal attack is 4 consecutive hits. These are pretty meaty hits, but they are kind of slow, like all claymores are. But it really does matter on whether her speed is on her normal attacks, because she has a passive where she can get on command geo damage. So yeah, this looks pretty consistent to pull off anyway, because all of her attack animations are kind of fast for a claymore. So yeah, yeah, this is a pretty decent attack. So yeah. Now it's time to talk about her Gunbrella. So remember when I said that her Gunbrella does most of the damage? That's basically it. Yep, this is all her damage right here. So when you get an elemental shard, you get crystal shrapnel. Remember when I said that you can get bullets? Yeah, this is where you can get your bullets. So every time you get a crystallized reaction, you get shrapnel. The more shrapnel you have, the more damage you do. That's basically it. That's all I have to say. And, well, if you max it out, you basically do the max amount of damage, which is very, very nice. So yeah. And of course, when you aim the Gunbrella, you deal more damage. So yeah, that's basically it. And yeah, there's nothing more to be said, except that she does Usia reacted damage. So yeah, all her damage is Usia related. But she gets 2 charges, by the way, on her E. So you can basically save a charge for later, or you can do double E or some shenaniganery like that. So you can just do E and then get your crystal shrapnel, and then do another E and then get your crystal shrapnel again, and then rinse and repeat until it is done. Also, the cooldown kinda is because her cooldown is 9 seconds. Yeah, 9 seconds. But of course it gets circumvented with constellations. So if you really want to have Navia spam her E, then you should probably get her at C1. But this isn't bad either. I'm pretty sure she works well at C0 regardless. So yeah. Now, as for her burst, it's a very, very simple burst. It just does AoE geo damage. And it does actually give you crystal shrapnel. So you can do E and then burst and then use your E at its maximum potential to get a big damage, geo damage explosion. Yeah. There's nothing more to be said. I mean, she's just a geo DPS. Yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, her main gimmick is just doing crystallized reactions and then dealing geo damage on top of that. So yeah. So basically her best teams are consistent of a double geo with some random element comp, or a double geo 2 elements or double geo 1 element. So basically double geo pyro, double geo hydro, or double geo electro. It doesn't really matter what you run her on. As long as she gets a crystallized reaction, she'll be fine. So yeah, so basically, well, I guess I could talk about it now since we are theory crafting here. Her best team is basically Bennett, Zhongling, Navia, and then a random geo character of your choice. So Zhongli or Albedo. But I'm pretty sure Zhongli might be the best support for her. But she does need her burst to get crystal shrapnel. So maybe Albedo, but it is basically between those two as a geo support. But it doesn't matter what you choose because, well, Navia is really good on those teams anyway. Same with the Hydro teams, you could just run Navia with Farina and then some random Hydro healer, probably Kokomi, and then you could just run a Geo character. So yeah, that's pretty much what her teams are probably going to be if I am theorizing correctly. Yeah, so that's basically what's gonna be her main team comps. But it's time to go over her passive talents. So yeah, well, her overall passive talent is that she gets more rewards on Fontaine Expedition. We finally have our Fontaine Expedition character, so that's good. Her other passive talent, so for 4 seconds after using Ceremonial Crystal Shot, the damage dealt by Navia's normal attacks charges, and plunging will be converted to geo damage and cannot be overwritten by other elemental infusions. And the damage dealt by Navia's normal attacks charge plunging will be increased by 40%. So, this happens when you use her E. Yes, so when you use her E and you get a crystallized reaction, you get more geo damage. Yes. So you really want to hit your E's because you have 9-second cooldown, and you can only get this passive if you deal damage or if you use crystal shot. So yeah, use these sparingly because you only have 9 seconds of cooldown. So use her E wisely to actually deal damage and then just do normal attacks. But you can, if you are really desperate, use her E without hitting anyone, and then you can just do the normal attacks to get geo damage. But it's more optimal to just do E, normal E. Yeah. Alright, and now it's time to go over her second passive talent. So for each Pyro, Electro, Cryo, Hydro party member, Navia gains 20% attack. This effect can stack up to 2 times. So yeah, you remember when I said that you can get 2 elements? Yeah, that's what I mean. This basically kind of limits her team play for a bit, but she is more flexible than Ito, who only is run on a mono Geo team. But yeah, so you can just run double Pyro Navia, or you can run Pyro Hydro Navia. But it really doesn't matter what you run. I mean, she could get either 20% or a 40% attack, which is really, really high. So yeah. And remember when I said that you can decrease your cooldown on her E? This is basically what I mean. So for each crystal shrapnel consumed when Navia uses Ceremonial Crystal Shot, restore 3 energy to her and decrease the cooldown by 1 second. Up to 9 energy can be gained this way, and the cooldown will be decreased up to 3 seconds. So yeah, so basically, you have a cooldown of basically, I guess 12 seconds, 12-second burst. So this basically accelerates her burst more. So yeah, if you want to get more shrapnel, then you just use this to get more burst. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Her C2 is basically just you get more crit rate on shrapnel buffs. So yeah, that's basically it. You just deal more damage. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, all of these constellations are tailored to her burst. So yeah, there's nothing more to be said for Navia. But yeah, Navia looks like a pretty good Geo DPS. You probably have to run her on really weird team comps, but we just need a dedicated Hydro healer to run her on a Hydro team. But for now, I'm pretty sure her best team is just Bennett, Zhongling, Albedo, or Zhongli, and then Navia. So yeah. Next up, we have chevreuse, who is a Pyro pole arm. Her support is really, really weird. You'll see what I mean. So her growth stat is HP percent. The normal attack doesn't really matter, but she does do 4 attacks. So yeah. So here is the weird thing. So here we go. So when you use her E, you basically get healed based off her max HP. But there's a catch. So when you use her hold E, if you get a overload reaction, you get a overcharge ball. And well, the overcharge ball will basically just be there. So yeah, that's basically it. And well, her E also does Usia reactions, which is pretty nice. So yeah, basically, if you want to get the overcharge ball, you have to get overcharge reactions. This means that you can only run chevreuse on an overload team. This sucks if you want flexibility on chevreuse, because you don't get any anymore. So yeah, you have to run her on an overcharge team regardless. So I guess you could run Raiden, but or Fischl, but yeah, this really limits her team options. This kind of sucks. And for her burst, she just does AoE pyro damage. It's nothing really that special. So yeah, that's basically it. And now it's time for her passive talents. So she gets sprinting stamina consumption decrease, which is what Kaya has, which is pretty nice. Her other passive talents are her battle passive talents. So let's see here. So when the elemental type is either pyro or electro, you basically get what is it? Affected by this. Oh yeah. Grants coordinated tactics to nearby party members. After a character triggers the overload reaction, the pyro and electro res of an opponent will be decreased by 40%. So yeah, so you basically get buffs on pyro and electro, which is pretty nice. So yeah, basically, you have to run her on pyro and electro. That's basically it. Yeah, she is a overload reaction god, basically, where she can buff overload reaction characters. So yeah, this means that chevreuse is okay, I guess, on other teams, but on like overload teams, she's probably gonna be your best bet. But still, it kind of sucks that she has to only be run on an overload team. So yeah, well. After chevreuse fires an overload ball, this is gained by, well, as you see here, getting an overload reaction. And then this basically replaces her E. Nearby pyro and electro characters gain 1% attack for every 1000 HP chevreuse has. And you could get a max of 40%. So yeah, you want to run her with max HP, so probably HP. That's gonna be her best set. Yeah. So the more HP she has, the higher, well, attack buffs that you get. So yeah, so probably her best set might be 2-piece HP. That's probably gonna be her best set in general. You could also run Millilith, Ocean Hued Clam. I'm trying to think of other sets. I think that's pretty much it. I guess you could run Noblesse. Yeah, Noblesse is fine, but you need to use her burst, and her burst is just a big nuke burst. So yeah. Yeah, I guess you could just run Millilith. Millilith might be her best set. Yeah. Millilith or 2-piece HP. That's probably gonna be her best set. And yeah, that's basically chevreuse. As you see here, she buffs overload teams, and she can only be run on overload teams. So she is just, well, a one-trick pony. So yeah. Okay, now it's time to talk about Verdict. Let's move on to the depressing topic of chevreuse being a good character. But yeah, here's Verdict. Let's talk about the description. So, increases attack by 20% when characters in your party obtain elemental shards from crystallized reactions. The equipping character will gain 1 seal, increasing elemental skill damage by 18%. The seal lasts for 15 seconds, and the equipper may have up to 2 seals at once. All the equipper seals will disappear for 0.2 seconds after the elemental skill deals damage. So yeah, this is literally made for Navia. Yeah, this thing is literally made for Navia. You use her E all the time. Her E is literally her main gameplay. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. And also she scales off of attack too. I mean, she has the highest attack for freak's sake. So yeah, this is a really, really good pull arm for her. And she gets bonus crit rate, so this means that you can basically have no issues on critting yourself if you do run this weapon on her. But I'm pretty sure you could just run the Dragon Serpent, which is a Battle Pass Claymore. That also works too, but Verdict is her best weapon, of course. And now it's time to talk about the other event weapon, or the event weapon, which is Ultimate Overlord's Mega Magic Sword. So, its description is really weird, as you see here. Increase attack by 12%, and every Melusine you help, you get an additional 12%. So yeah, I'm pretty sure in the event, you're going to be helping Melusines, I guess, in the main story. So I guess you could get, like, a bajillion attack, but who knows. The description is really weird on this weapon, so yeah. And its main stat is ER. So yeah, you could just... This is basically the free-to-play Claymore that Navia gets, and I guess it's okay. I mean, she gets more attack, and her energy recharge means that you can get her burst, but other than that, it's like, I guess it's just okay at best. As for artifacts, now we can talk about these. So, this is going to be the main artifact set for Navia, Nighttime Whispering in the Echo Woods, as you see here. So, after using an elemental skill, gain 20% geo damage bonus for 10 seconds. While under a shield granted by crystallized reaction, the above effect will be increased by 150%, and this additional increase disappears 1 second after the shield is lost. So this is literally Navia's best set. Yeah, this is her best set. Her other best set, I guess, if you run her with Farina, is Marchi's. Yeah, the Marchi's Hunter set. You can just run that. But I'm pretty sure this is her best set. And also, Ningguang finally got a set herself because this is Ningguang's best set too. Yes, so all those Ningguang players, you can run this instead. So yeah. And it's also another attack percent artifact that you can farm. So yeah, this is another artifact set you can farm for attack percent. So yeah, it's not that bad. And now here is one of, I guess one of the like mediocre artifact sets, I guess. I mean, you'll see what I mean once I read the passive out loud because it is really confusing as heck. So, its 2-piece set is 15% healing bonus. Okay, that's cool. Now it's time to talk about the actual passive talent. So, when the equipping character heals a party member, the yearning effect will be created for 6 seconds, which records the amount of healing provided, including overflow healing. When the duration expires, the yearning effect will be transformed into the Waves of Day Past effect. When your active party member hits an opponent with a normal charge, plunging, elemental skill, or elemental burst, the damage will be increased by 8% of the total healing amount recorded by the yearning effect. The Waves of Days Past effect is removed after it has taken effect 5 times or more after 10 seconds. A single instance of the yearning effect can record up to 15,000 healing, and only a single instance can exist at once, but it can record the healing from multiple equipping characters. Equipping characters on standby will still trigger the effect. Yeah, this is a mouthful, but I can summarize this to you in about, I guess, a paragraph, or like 3 sentences. So, you basically heal yourself, and then all your normal damage gets increased by 8%, and you can do this up to 5 times. So this means that you get a total of 6k damage bonus. When Ocean Hued Clam gives you 30k damage. Yeah, this artifact set is kind of weird. And also, you have to get 15,000 healing in 6 seconds. There's only 2 characters who could even do that. That is Baizhu and Kokomi. So you have to run. I guess this is literally, I guess, Baiju's best set. you could run this. I mean, yeah, I think this is just a Baiju set. But, like, 8k damage bonus when you can just run, what, Ocean Cute Clam instead. Yeah, it's around 8k to 6k damage. I'm pretty sure it's 6k, but 6k damage is not 30k damage that Ocean Cute Clam gives you for free. And it's also AoE, by the way. So, yeah, yeah, this artifact set's weird. But I guess I have to playtest it to figure out how it works. But by reading this, it just seems like you have to heal for 15k in 6 seconds. Then you basically get an 8% bonus after 5 times for 10 seconds. So you have to wait another 10 seconds. And also you have to wait for 6 seconds too, because you have to heal, and then after the 6 seconds you get the buff. Yeah, this is really weird. This is the delayed attack buff thing, and it kind of looks bad on the surface, but I'm pretty sure this is Baiju's best artifact set. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, yeah, I don't know about this artifact set, guys. This looks weird. Okay, I think that's it for the artifact set. Now we could just go to Honey Impact now. Or not Honey Impact, we could just go to the yeah, we could just go to the special program right here. So yeah, that's basically it for that's basically it for Honey Impact right there. Yeah, those are your new info, guys. You have artifacts, you have characters, you have weapons. This is a really stacked version. But the artifact set, I don't know. I have to playtest Songs of Days Past for a while to get used to it. But the passive kind of looks niche. So yeah. Okay, now it's time to talk about the actual event. So yeah, here you go. So this is going to be our 4.3 event. This is Roses and Muskets. So yeah, as you see here, we're gonna get the Claymore, which is pretty nice. We also get a magical crystal, whatever that is. I'm pretty sure that is the refine thing for the Claymore. So yeah, we already talked about the Claymore. It looks pretty okay, I guess. You get attack bonus, which is pretty nice. I mean, it is a Navia free-to-play weapon. So yeah, I guess take whatever you can get. And now it's time to talk about the actual event activities that you can do. So the first activity you see here is a sniper event. Yes, you could snipe people. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can snipe people, and that's basically the gameplay. Yeah, Hitman. That's all I'm gonna say. The second event is just a domain event, like you always have in domain events, where you just deal with the enemies. Yeah, there's really nothing special to be said here. Of course, there is a black and white effect when you get a buff. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the gimmick. Thirdly, we have a mini game event. Yes, so you can basically remember that Mario Party mini game where you have to wrangle the Goombas? Yeah, this is literally the Mario Party mini game. Yeah, really nothing more to be said. So yeah, it's just basically a Mario Party mini game. And then fourth, we have this event right here. I'm pretty sure if I could get a good picture, there we go. Yeah, you basically work on a film. Yes, you can work on a film. So yeah, it's really good. You can basically create your own films and do wacky shenaniganery, but I'm pretty sure the event will basically give you the script and then you just follow the script. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. I mean, yeah, that's basically the event. It's just 4 events or 4 mini games rolled into one. Next up, the Arataki Blazing Armor Beetle Battle Boot Camp. So yes, Oni Kabuto are back, and then you can just do Oni Kabuto battles. Pokemon, yes, sir. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Next up, we have Lost Riches. Yes, it is back, boys! And we get a new Sealy as well, as you see here. Brilliance. Yeah, so take part. Get your free pet Sealy. That's basically all I'm going to say. And next up, we have Dance of Resolute Will. This is going to be our hard event. Yes, this is going to be our hard event. Why? Well, if I could pull it up here. If it well, plays, I guess. It has a 6,000 point cap with, well, ores. So yeah, this is going to be our hard event. Yep. Yes, sir. We love our hard events. So yeah, of course there's going to be buffs as well. So yeah, when you do like crystallized reactions, you basically get a big buff. So yeah, that's basically it. Hard event, you just deal big damage to domain, and then yeah, that's basically it. You already know I'm gonna make a video on this, so yeah, stay tuned for the next Let's Say. Next up, this is back, yes, the Liben event. Let's go. So free primos, free rewards. You already know how it is. This is a really good event. One of the best events in the game. Liben is back. And I did talk about the TCG thing before, but I already talked about the new cards. You basically get more stuff, more content along the way. So yeah. There is also going to be opponents in Fontaine, so you can face them as well to get yourself some free coins. Yeah, pretty nice. Alright, now it's time to talk about the newest content. I'm pretty sure it's later on. Yeah, it's going to be system optimizations, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is. Let's let it play out. There we go. That is it. System optimizations. So we have artifact optimization. So you can actually lock certain artifacts that you want. So if you want a main stat crit damage helmet to be auto-locked for you, you can do that. You can auto-lock certain sets as well. So if you want to auto-lock just one set in general, you can auto-lock them. So yeah, no more accidental sacrifice artifacts. You can just auto-lock whatever you want. You can also, there's also optimizations for enhancements as well, so now you can enhance multiple things at once. You can also enhance stages on artifacts as well, so you don't have to basically keep spamming the same 6 artifacts over and over again. You can literally skip to the next level, which is really nice. I love that optimization. Also, in domain challenges as well, instead of actually starting you at the beginning of the domain, when you restart a domain, you could basically start at the challenge key, which is really good too. It means that you could save 2 seconds, yes, a total of 2 seconds on the domain, which is really nice. It means that you could just get on with it and then farm the domain. Yeah, pretty good. Also, optimize quest flow. So basically, what that means is, when someone wants to get to the Chasm Archon quest, you have to do 2 prerequisite quests. You don't have to do that anymore. All you have to do is talk to an NPC and you literally unlock the Chasm for free. So yeah, it is really good. It means that players can actually catch up with Genshin, basically. And then we also have one-click expeditions and also one-click optimizations as well. So yeah, you can just basically one-click expeditions, and then all your characters will be able to get their expedition awards, and you can just put them back. Yeah, really nice. You can also one-click the cooking materials as well. So if you're cooking a lot of stuff like butter or jam or meat or other stuff like that, you can basically just do one-click optimization as well, which is really nice. So yeah, there's a lot of new quality of life updates, which is really nice. It means that the game is improving itself. And they did say that there's going to be more artifact optimizations in the future, so maybe we could get a main stat or sub stat update. Please, Hoyoverse, can we get a artifact subs update, please? It's nothing. It's more to ask for, but it's been 3 years since the game came out, But yeah, that's basically it for the special program. I'm pretty sure, because I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Yeah, there isn't anything else to talk about. So let's just transition back to Genshin and close off the video. So yeah, let's transition right here. And then let's close this video off for good. So that is basically it for the Genshin special program. Well, I gotta do the usual. So if you like and enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. And well, my alarm went off. Yeah, but yeah, well, if you enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Any amount of support is greatly appreciated. And if you do subscribe, turn on the notification bell to not miss out on a single upload. Also, if you enjoy my other content as well, be sure to watch it as well. I mean, I put a lot of work into those. So yeah, that's basically it. Like, subscribe, and also comment down below, what do you think of the version 4.3 update? You think it's good? You think it's bad? Are you excited about Navia? Are you not excited about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And well, since my alarm has buzzed off, I have to do my other stuff right now. So yeah, I usually have alarms on my stuff to remind me on what to do. So yeah, I have to fix stuff on my room. So well, it is a perfect time to close off the video. So with that being said, and with my alarm going off, I have to go. So thank you guys for watching this Genshin special program, and I'll see you guys in the next Genshin video.